Hey guys, it's Dustin. Welcome back to the channel. As always, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate all the love and support. I need to tell you guys, I haven't posted this yet. I'm a little behind on this, but I am giving away a box of Dawn of Majesty for when we hit 350 subscribers. We're really close to that. Actually, I'm at 320-ish, I think, at the time I'm recording this. So if you want a chance to win a box of Dawn of Majesty, yeah, hit that subscribe button, get the bell on, so you get the notifications for when I post new videos. I try to post a few a week. I've been doing a lot better lately than I was in the past. I took like a 3 or 4 month break for a while. Just things were really busy with work and all that. So today's video, the topic is Beetroopers. So this will be my second Beetrooper video. It's a deck I've been focusing on lately. I've been tweaking it, practicing it, getting better with it. I so enjoy this deck. It is so fun to play. It's ridiculous. Yes, it has trouble with Nibiru, but you know, we'll find a way to cope with that at some point. So I got third place today at locals. I went 4-1 in 5-round locals. We had about 30 players, and this is the second version of the deck that I've played. So I just want to go over the list, go over my thoughts, talk about some changes I might want to make. And then I want to hear your guys' thoughts, all you Beetrooper guys out there. Shout outs to the Beetrooper Army on Facebook. You guys are awesome. You guys have been very helpful to me, very helpful to each other, trying to perfect this deck. The deck is really good as it is. It's really fun. It's really consistent. There's a couple times where you get breaky hands, but with how good the deck is right now, it can only get better with our new support in Burst of Destiny. We've got to be getting some good support. I can't wait to see what happens. So yeah, let's get into the deck profile and then we'll have a discussion. Alright guys, we're going to get right into it here. First thing, 3 copies of Scout Buggy. I've seen people argue that 2 is the right number. I disagree. I think 3 is a good number. Yeah, it sucks when you draw more than 1. But the fact of the matter is, when you have 2 of these stacked up in a Cicada King, if you need to get to this card and they're both stuck under Cicada King, that's a problem. I just think 3 is fine. And also it gives you the option to banish one of them if you need to, so that you're not totally screwed. Because if you only have 2 of them and you have to banish one of them if you're in a situation and you don't need it later, you're kind of screwed. So I think 3 is the right number. 3 Scale Bomber. It's like a Kagamucha for the deck. Y'all know what this does already. I think this is really good. It's an extender. I think you have to play 3 of them. There's no really argument there. I'm playing 1 copy of Sting Lancer, and I don't usually use it as the hand trap. I know if I draw it, I will, but a lot of times I'll summon this out of the deck with Atlas or out of the graveyard with the formation. But I might bump this back up to 2, but right now I'm still testing 1. It hasn't been too bad. It's only... So if you go second, though, your opponent has a monster engrave, or if you go first and they have like a hand trap engrave, like an Ash Blossom or something, then it's good. But otherwise, sometimes it can just get stuck in your hand. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. This card is stupid. It's a Stratos and a Negate in 1 card. This card's ridiculous. If you think you should play less than 3 of those, stop watching the video and leave the Beetrooper group right now. 3 Pin the Bullseye. It's a good extender. I think this should be at 3. I don't think it should be any less than 3. There's not, you're kind of strapped for extenders right now until we get more support, so I think it's good at 3. And also that 200 damage bonus, this is nice. 3 Twin Bow. If you're playing 2 of this, that's probably fine. I'm choosing to play 3. If you're going first, your best first turn board you're setting up only requires insects anyway, so this locking you into insects is not that bad. If you're going second and going for an access code talker OTK, then obviously you don't want to summon this, but you can always discard it with Pico Falena or something. I really like this. You also don't even have to go for the access code OTK. You can still make a good board and get rid of stuff as it is without access code. So I like 3 of them though. I've been enjoying the results there. And then one Arbalest, the debris dragon of the deck. I think you only need to play one. It's very searchable. It's destroyed effect, where you get a special summon one from the deck, has come up a couple times if I've had to leave this on the field or bring it back with Seraphim as a defense option. It's nice when it comes up. It's not the most important effect, but it's all right. 3 of the Resonance Insect, the Spice. This card is so good. You have to run 3 of them. You're trying to equip them with Pico. You're trying to normal summon them if you have to get some searches going. It's just ridiculous. I'm still on 1 Goki pull. I think I did talk about this, I think, in my last video, maybe that I would go down to 1. I don't remember. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I said I like 2. I think I want to go back to 2. I like 2 of this card. Because there's been times where I've had to banish it for Doomdozer, Aztekpeed, Armor Horn, what have you, and then it's just not there. I like being able to shuffle this in with Pico. I like being able to have the option on the follow-up turn. It's not bad at 1, but I think I want to go back to 2. I don't know. I'll get to like my cards that I'm going to take out and stuff later. Doomdozer. Just 1. Searchable, recyclable. It's really good. This plus Access Code Talker has won me so many games, it's not even funny. It's really easy. You just put 8100 damage on board and call it a day. I mean, if you wanted to play 2 of it, I wouldn't like say no, but I personally wouldn't. I think 1's just fine. Aztekpeed, I still like the 1. It's a good extender to search off of Goku Pull. I wouldn't play more than 1. It's good to trigger single Resonance Insects as well. So this card has been doing some work. Against Despia and Shadal. This card's ridiculous. They put down the Theater, you just pop down the Retaliating Sea. Now, granted, some of their cards come back after they're banished, but it's nice. It slows them down a little bit. And then, obviously, when you link it off, you get a search. It's really good. But obviously, against Shadal Fusion, this card's a blowout, so... I am still playing 1 Contact Sea, but I've got a lot of Tri-Brigade players at my locals and Prank Kids, so... I still really like Contact Sea. Just a 1 of. I do side 1 more, but because it really wins the Tri-Brigade matchup on its own. I've won every Tri-Brigade match that I've played with this card. Other than that, you can just discard it off Pico Felina or whatever. It's not a big deal. 1 Kumungus, the lowest attack insect kaiju. I just play 1 in the main deck for all the matchups that it could come up. And then if I think I'm going to need more of them, I'll side in more kaijus, like against decks that play Winda or Dragoon. I'll side in more. 2 Ash Blossom and 2 Ghost Bell. Here, this is one of the things that I'm thinking about dropping is Ghost Bell. I just really hate seeing my opponent resolve Revolt and Invocation, and we have a lot of those at locals. So this is why I play those. I could cut them. I don't need to add anything else. It would put me down to 40. This deck is 42 cards. But this is probably the hand trap I would cut if I cut anything, because I think besides these ones, Impermanence is the only other one I play. I don't know. I probably wouldn't miss it if it's gone, but there's another card in here that I might actually cut over this. The problem is I feel like I still want to replace it with a couple extenders. So we'll get in. I'll talk more about that in a second. That's it for the monsters. 3 Ready Fusion. I love 3 Ready Fusion. You only play 1 copy of the Quagga Hercules, but it's recyclable by Pico Felina, so drawing multiple of these, not a big deal. You have 1 for the following turn. I haven't really drawn multiples of these very much, but when I do, it's not the worst thing in the world. It just depends on how the rest of my hand is. If my hand's good, it doesn't matter. But, yeah, Ready Fusion's really good, and I'm sorry if you haven't invested in the Fusion, and I would really hope that it comes out in OTS 17 to help you guys out that don't have it, because it's really, really good. I really like that extra extension. 2 copies of Talents. Now this is just a personal thing I've been testing. It's not terrible, I guess, but this is the card I think I would cut over the Ghost Bells. Sometimes it can sit dead in your hand, and I'd rather it be another insect extender if I can help it. This is more for like Dragoon. There's a lot of Dragoon and like Makaba in my area. Just things that activate on my opponent's turn, or on my turn, excuse me. And then I punish them by stealing it and turning it into a Shinobi or a Papillion. especially Dragoon. I love baiting out Dragoon and then taking it with it. It's like Christmas morning. It's the best feeling in the world. But I've had, and also hands where I draw Imperial Order. This sitting in my hand is really bad when you draw Imperial Order, but I don't know. It's not been the worst card, but it's probably the card I would cut first if I was going to cut 2 cards to drop it down to 40 or replace them with other extenders. And I haven't decided what I want to do in terms of extenders. I have a couple options I've been thinking about. And 1 copy of the Beetrooper formation. You don't need more than 1. It's searchable by Sting Lancer. 2 of them is really cloggy. You're only gonna use it like once in a game anyway. I've rarely needed to resolve it more than once. And then traps. 3 infinite permanents. It's a good hand trap right now. It's good going second against Winda. So I know it sucks against Dragoon, but whatever, I can side them out if I had to. But it's good against Anaconda too, whatever. Hopefully they get rid of one of those Dragoon cards in the mid-X list, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Imperial Order, because this card's dumb, and I don't know, I'm on the wagon that it should go away. It's the freaking non-optional life point gain and the every turn life point, or excuse me, payment not gain. That wasn't the problem. The card negates all spell cards for free. This card's dumb, but you gotta play it in this deck because you play very little spells as it is. And obviously the Flying Sting. I've kind of thought about bumping this to 2, but I don't know. I really like the card. I like that you can discard it off of Pico Falena going first, and then when you set up Atlas, you can just get it back for free. It's kind of dumb. It's just a free discard and then a negate that you can always get back. So things I want to talk about. Talents, I think I want to drop, at least to test it for now. And I either want to go leave it at 40, or I want to try out Primitive Butterfly, which I hopefully come in the mail tomorrow or Tuesday because I ordered them kind of late. But I couldn't find any locally, so I finally bit the bullet and ordered them online. But I might test out 2 Primitive Butterflies. I've been kind of critical about the card, but I think I want to test it. What else? I want to try Monster Reborn. I would cut both for 1 Monster Reborn, leave it at 41. I used to play Monster Reborn and I really miss it. I think it's really good. You're cycling through so many insects. It's an extender. It's rarely dead. There's a lot of decks in the format for the past couple of years that I have just not played Monster Reborn in because I thought it was just bad going first drawing it, but this deck is so fast and cycles through so many things that I think it wouldn't hurt it. I miss the card. I might put it back in. Or I might go back to the good old days of insect imitation or multiplication of ants. Turning 1 insect into 2 can really extend your plays. It's literally an extender. I know yeah, I don't know. It's good. I liked it. Or insect imitation, because you can turn Pin into Sting and get a plus. You can turn Sting into Scout Buggy and get a plus. Or, you know, any of your 3 stars into Resonance Insect and start those combos going. I think either one of them are versatile, and I want to test them both and see which one I like more. But those are the options I want to try. I don't like the digital bugs like the Registrator or the Cocoon Denser or the Cenobit. I don't like any of those because a lot of them require you to normal summon them. Or the one that does extend, it requires you to specifically summon a level 3. So I know there's a lot of level 3s, but I don't want to be caught dead with no level 3s in my hand, have this card just sitting in my hand doing nothing. So yeah, you can discard it off Pico, but whatever. I would rather make the plays with them. I'd rather have the option to do what I want, to either make the plays or discard off Pico, not be stuck one way or the other, if you know what I mean. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys have any ideas you've been testing. I also like the Goki Boar, or, you know, Killer Needle, Big Insect, what have you, whatever low attack insect you have. I don't think Squatter is necessarily bad because it probably doesn't come up enough to destroy something over 2,000, but I really like the low option so that I definitely have the option to blow something up mid-range if I have to. I don't mind the normal monster in the main deck. I was trying it before and I liked it just fine. I might try that. That's another option to take out. But I think I'm definitely going to take out the talents. I'm not liking them as much as I'd hoped. So that's my thoughts on that. Extra deck, man, I really want to put a 3rd one of these in. I hate it when I have to banish one of them because then I stop recycling, the loop recycling. But the card's so good. I really like it. Armor Horn, I only play 2. I don't think you need 3. Early builds were playing 3. I was playing 3 before, but it hasn't come up. I think 2 is enough. It doesn't matter. 2 Papillion. Now, a lot of people will be like, you only need 1 of these. No, I would argue that you need 2 of these. It's come up way too many times where I lose the first one, either by the first turn combo to set it up with Sting the Poison, or just link climbing into Atlas or into, well, Access Code Talker. I usually try not to do that unless I'm going to win that turn. But there's been a lot of times where I'm like, man, I really need a second one, and I put it in, I don't regret it. I really recommend playing 2 of those so you don't miss out, so that you have 1 for your Sting combos going first, and you have 1 for your Access Code OTK. Or if you need to set up an Atlas. I really like 2 of them. I am not disappointed with 2 of them. Atlas, I'm playing 2. Rarely does it come up where I need 2, but like in the instances where I need a second one, I don't want to be caught with my pants down. I think this card is really, this card is really good. But I think the extra deck space has enough right now for 2 of these, and so I'm going to keep playing 2. Almirage, unfortunately you have to play it because you get stuck with those hands with the one normal summon. You got to turn it into something. So hopefully it's a Resonance Insect or a Retaliating Sea, so you can kind of do some things, but whatever, you kind of have to play it. And then you have to play the Shinobi with it to get out of the insects, because you can't make Pico or Armor Horn with this, so you have to be able to turn this and something else into this to be able to go back into your insect plays. Otherwise I really wouldn't play it. And then of course Access Code Talker. Another card I want to play kind of is Nightmare Unicorn. I don't know that I need to. I think this has been working enough. I know Nightmare Unicorn's a good card, don't get me wrong, but you'll see in my extra deck here in a second. There's a card that randomly came up today. It was the only card I could use to win the game, so I did it. But other than that, it really hasn't come up that much. I was just kind of testing it for fun. But Access Code, you have to play Access Code. You just win the game. Cicada King, obviously you have to play Cicada King. I think you just got a preview of what I was going to show you next. Cicada King is really good. It's a negate setup. Brings back monsters. Giga Brilliant. Now, this is a meme. I don't really recommend playing this. If you want to, sure, go ahead. This literally came up one time today. I was short by 100, or yeah, I was short by 100 to win the game, and I realized I could make Giga Brilliant, boost my Atlas, and then tribute the Giga Brilliant with Atlas to make him 5,000, which puts him up to, well, 5,300, and I ended up winning by 100 life points that way. So it's ridiculous. It's funny. I don't know that I'll really keep it in, but it was fun to do that today. I'm not gonna lie. Zeus, it's kind of like whatever. You can play it. You don't have to play it. I'm probably gonna take the Brilliant out for another Pico. I really want another Pico. I like Pico so much. But you can attack with a Cicada King. If you have an opening, attack with Cicada King, make a Zeus, whatever. You have a 2 material Zeus, you're not gonna make a 4 with it. If I played Downard, I could do that, but I don't think you need Downard. It's okay. You're gonna be setting up stuff like this, or other negates more often, and you're gonna go into this. This is kind of the situation where you need a board wipe it more than relying on it. So I think the 1's fine, and only using it for 2 materials is fine, whatever. You're not really in that situation that much as far as I'm concerned. And then of course the Quaggar Hercules for the ready fusions, because it's so good. And then that's it for the main deck and the side deck. Extra deck, main deck and extra deck. The side deck is just basically your preference. This is what I've been messing with, and I'm okay with it. I think there's other cards I probably should be playing, but I'm not. This is a little heavy, but I'm going 2 Godarla and a second Kumungus, so that would make, if I'm siding all of them in, that would make 2 and 2. For decks that heavily rely on Winda, Makaba, Dragoon, just Appaloosa, just heavy negate decks, or Drytrons and the Herald crap, you can tribute over it. Obviously, you know what Kaijus do by now, but the more you have in, the more you can have this win the battle scenario come up, or just being able to see them rather than having to search them. You can search them, but if your hand is like not super strong enough and you're not going to get a second search, if you only get 1 resonance search and they negate it, you're kind of sitting there with your thumb up your butt. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but yeah, just Kind of depends on the matchup. Sometimes I'll side in 1 extra, sometimes I'll side in 2, sometimes I'll side in all 3 to make a total of 4. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling about it. The second contact C for the Tri-Brigade and the Prank Kids matchups, because that card is really good. It's okay against Drytron, a little, kinda. They can usually make a Predaplant Anaconda with it. A lot of times I try to wait till they Anaconda first. When they summon Anaconda, you drop the contact C, then they can't make the Dragoon. But, of course, if they're playing a second Anaconda, then they just laugh at you. But it happens sometimes. 2 Droll. Droll's good against Drytron. Droll's good against a lot of things, so sometimes I'll side out like the Ghost Bells for him, depending on the matchup, you know, just whatever, it's Droll. 3 Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm's okay. It's good. If you're going second against a big board, yeah, you'll want to play him in, but I'm starting to not like him as much as I like Kaijus. I don't actually side these in as much as I side in Kaijus and another card that I'll show you. But I do like back row board wipes, and that's the main thing that I will side it in for more often than monster board wipes. Kind of depends on the matchup. 2 Cosmic Cyclone and Harpy's Feather Duster, because I hate back row decks like Altergeist and Eldritch. These cards are really good against those decks, I heard, so we play them. And then another card that's good against back row decks, but against other decks too. I found out this is really good against Despia when they set up fusions and Aluber and all that stuff. You're just like, hey, evenly matched. I love evenly matched in this deck because this deck's first turn board is really good, setting up the multiple negates, you know, the Sting the Poison with the Seraphim, the Atlas, you know, boards that are hard to deal with. I don't mind giving up my battle phase to wipe their board and then do that. It's basically like a second first turn for you, like a second chance at a first turn, because if you went second, you're obviously not making that first turn board, but this gives you that chance to do that. This definitely is really good. I highly recommend evenly matched. You can give up that first battle phase, it doesn't matter. Just if you draw the evenly matched, you're gonna just blow them out and then make your negate board, because not only are you setting up the negate board like you would first turn, but you're doing it with them at a disadvantage because they're not having that full 5 or 6 card hand. They're coming in with maybe two cards to start that turn. I did this to someone today against Despia, and they were top decking. I just blew out their entire board except for 1 card, and then I kaiju'd over it and then just did my thing, and then yeah, I easily won that game. So this is what I've been messing with. Again, I kind of want to try a couple different things. I might want to try the primitive butterflies, but I might want to try the Monster Reborn or the ants or the insect imitations, because I'm just not liking these enough to keep playing them. They could be other cards. They could be more extenders. You know, there's been hands where especially going first, whatever, if they ash your Scout Buggy or your Sting the Poison, you're fine. But even then, this doesn't really extend. It can either just draw you 2 cards and you might get an extender, or you rip a card out of their hand. But either way, that's not going to guarantee extend your plays. These could be something that extend my plays, and I think I'd like that better. So that's what I'm going to do. Is these are getting cut, and then I'll test other things. The other card again that I might cut is the Ghost Bell. I don't know yet. I think I still like Ghost Bell against my meta, but this is going to be the first thing to go, no matter what. So I'm just not 100% on board with it. I've said that enough. I'm sorry I keep repeating myself, but I just want to make sure I get all my thoughts out on the table for you guys. What are your guys' thoughts? What kind of crazy techs are you testing? I want to know, you know, I want to work on this deck with you guys, get it better, optimize it as much as possible, because it's really good. It's really fun. I highly recommend picking this stuff up and testing it if you haven't already. I love the way this deck runs. It's got so many lines of play. It's not linear at all. I mean, it's kind of linear. There's like a main first turn board you're looking for, but like there's multiple ways to do it, and this deck will surprise you. I guarantee you that. It'll definitely surprise you. I mean, if you don't have the ready fusions, try other things. You know, I guess I already had these. I didn't have to buy these. Last August, I bought 3 of these for GOAT format for $3 a piece. That's why I have them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had them, and I would not have wanted to spend $100 a piece on them, because I think they're near mint ones. They're going for about 110 on TCG right now, which is dumb, but it is what it is. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let's optimize this deck. You know, let's brainstorm together. I want to get this up there. Also, don't forget, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Dawn of Majesty sealed box giveaway at 350 subscribers. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, get the bell on so you have notifications for when I post new videos. As I post deck profiles, pack openings, discussions, ban list stuff. I'm gonna get a ban list video up here soon so we can talk about that. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and we will see you in the next video.